This is the Zac Anesbury Show.
Welcome. On today's podcast clip, we have the head of marketing of the Collingwood Football Club, Karina Whiteford. You did an undergraduate degree. Mm-hmm. So you know a little bit about academia, but you're very heavily industry focused.
Yes.
Do you rely on any academic knowledge now or since you've left the university? Or do you keep up to date with it? So there is sports marketing journals, for example. Are you reading these?
In a perfect world, I would have more time to read more, because in the same sense that I'm finding articles that are sort of suggesting new ways of, time management or whatever it might be, I actually wish I had more time to commit to reading it. So no is probably the answer. I probably am more industry focused. So we have a lot of industry, reports and newsletters that come through about probably more tactile or tactical campaigns and things and results from that. And it's certainly a way that we're moving forward as a team, is focusing more on, what sort of information is out there that we can interpret to apply rather than looking a little bit too closely.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And because academic journals are not really written for industry.
And especially when you're 100% invested in your work life.
Yes.
When you go home, you just want to watch Love Island or something trashy. So, and I probably don't have the brain capacity to understand, something that's a scholarly article.
Yeah.
I just want to turn off and not think for a little bit. So, but I'm big advocate for taking like cross-industry, sort of results and, I don't know what the word is, but just like absorbing learnings from outside your own industry and seeing how they apply to yours. So we're probably looking a little bit lower. And personally, that's me as well, looking at actionable things rather than concepts or ideas. But,
Yeah, I think there's
Does that upset you?
No, not. I don't work in sports marketing.
Okay.
But I think that's kind of one of the reasons that people like the Institute, is because our role is to read that stuff, digest it, and then give deliverable content.
Yep.
Is there anything like that in the sports marketing world?
I think the degree and the fact that the Institute was sort of very heavily involved in what I learned and how I learned it probably just primed me in terms of the way I operate and the way I think about things. So, very much focused on, like data and numbers, I think, and proof points. I don't like to do things because it just feels right. Like it's a way of thinking and an approach, I think. I think I'm really keen to do more investigative research, because I think sports is probably the one thing that has never really had to work too hard to be popular or to be, the awareness and things like that. It's an enjoyable experience. So you never really had to work too hard. Some sport codes and teams might argue with me on that one, but the general feeling is that that's how it's been. So we've never really had to think about all of the numbers and the things going on behind it, outside of traditional things like revenue numbers and things like that, in terms of like broadly marketing metrics and that sort of thing.
What about that?
It's kind of more experiential, and I think it's always been more conceptual than it has been about the gritty numbers and being really scientific about it.
Yeah. Okay. It seems there might be a bit of a bridge there that needs to be crossed at some point. So there's a guy called, he's currently at RMIT, so probably just down the road from you, actually.
Probably.
And he was at Swinburne. His name is Heath McDonald.
Oh, no, he does. So we work with Heath,
Okay, I was going to say.
The AFL and sporting clubs work with Heath in terms of broadly, like a lot of research and feedback, probably in the membership space, I would say.
Yeah.
I can't speak on behalf of him in terms of what he actually works on, but certainly what I've been exposed to has been in that space, in sort of the membership and behaviour space.
Yeah, that's good. Because I think because his work is quite good in terms of he seems to be applying some of the patterns that the Institute's known for, because he has that connection.
And he works closely with Dr. Adam Karg as well, he's probably the one that I've had the most face time and exposure to. So they together, I think, have had some good research, and they've done a lot of modelling.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've not spent enough time with those two, or even just Adam. But we've certainly seen that.
Where's Adam based?
One of those universities
so it might be,
well.
might be at Swinburne or
Yeah.
RMIT.
It's been a while since I've looked at
I'll ask
their
around.
stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I have to have a look at his research.
So I'm probably undermining a whole bunch of people in our industry that are doing all this scientific work and I'm just ignoring them. But no, certainly from what I've been exposed to, my roles in sport, it's not something that's been the primary focus or the primary talking point. Is around, the scientific nature of how we approach marketing. It's probably been more focused on, traditional business measurements in terms of like revenue and things like that. Not to say that it's not valid. I think it's totally valid. We probably just haven't had that. We've probably been like, that's an FMCG thing.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Zac Anesbury here with just a couple of quick reminders. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, then make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. There are plenty more interviews to come with some of the world's leading marketing academics and practitioners. You do not want to miss these. In the meantime, if you're looking for another way to connect, then follow me on Twitter at Zac Anesbury. That is ZACANESBURY for my take on the marketing issues of the day.